Hi, good morning. Just before I go to work, I thought let me quickly make a video for you all because there are certain clients, whatever you do as much as you want to, you truly cannot do any permanent makeup, micropigmentation, scalp pigmentation, or paramedical tattooing on them. These are patients such as those with trichotillomania. Trichotillomania is a disease where people pull out, it's a psychological disease where people pull out their brows constantly, their hair, and whatever you do, you can give them gorgeous brows. It is not going to help. They're going to try and actually pull it out of their skin. Very sad and truly something that can be healed with a lot of therapy. So just become aware of that. So some of these people I'm going to mention you can actually do. However, you have to ask these questions. This is why you always have a consultation. Consultations are not there to map the brows, to show off what you can do, because you're wasting your time. If someone has a serious heart disease or they're busy with chemotherapy, you can do nothing for them. And don't think they will not book. I had a lady, very smart, who booked me, who was on her way to go to chemotherapy because she wanted to look pretty while she was receiving her chemo for her she had breast cancer. So please be aware, always have a Zoom, telephone or in-person consultation. Try to offer it for free so they will come. They are allowed and they can bring their favorite brow pencil, favorite lips, favorite eyeliner, whatever they want to ask you that day they can. I do it for free only because I really need to know what I am dealing with. When they come in, since you do not know what you're dealing with, I recently had a lady who had pink eye and it was still developing. I mean, she told me later on and she did come back. But these are like tiny little things that you do not know, and that therefore you will always protect yourself. Put on gloves, even when you just have the consultation. So first of all, you're going to find out, are they 18 or older? You cannot tattoo anyone in the state of Florida, and as far as I know, in all of America, if they are not 18. If it's for stretch marks, they need a doctor's letter. Have they had any aspirin? Now, these people you can tattoo, but basically, you know, they can't have aspirin. And guess what? They always have had either coffee or aspirin or green tea. People are not aware that green tea has more caffeine than even coffee. Are they sensitive to latex? These are the general questions. I'm not going to go through all of these, so I'm going to actually continue with the one that is definite no or close to a definite no. Heart conditions. You need to know if the person has a heart condition, what kind of medication they're on, and you have to have the person's doctor's number on in the person's records, because you do not want that person to get heart palpitations or something bad while they're on your table. Are they under Accutane treatment? Do they have dry eyes? If the person have dry eyes, guess what? They are gonna come back to you at least 3 times if you are gonna perform eyeliner. Dry eyes is a condition where the eye tear overcompensate. So the eye tear constantly. Why is this an issue? This is an issue because saline remove pigment. That is how we do pigment removal with saline. Don't go do that if you're not trained for the removal. However, so that person needs to know that they cannot even wear contact lenses. Contact lenses are in saline. You do eyeliner, you wear contact, you are going to lose your pigment. Okay, so sometimes it's not the artist, it's what the artist does not know or what the client does not know. And shortness of breath can also be an indication of a heart condition. Keloids, hypertrophy scars. So if they tend to keloid, I had a lady last week who pigment just didn't stick on her from a previous person, and she said to me she would like eyeliner because the eyeliner also didn't stick. And I looked carefully. She was a red-headed fair person, and I said to her, you cannot see this, but I can see it keloid. So they went in too deeply. They never told her she cannot wear contact lenses. They never told her. However, they scarred. There was like a little scar and it was white, and you could not see it unless you had a trained eye or you put but I saw it. So I said to her, I think we need to wait. Not all money is good money. You're going to do this on this person. They're going to pay you. They're going to come back over and over and over. You know, word of mouth is bad on you then. Okay, if they had any kind of eye surgery, alopecia, I do alopecia clients. You need to know though if they had alopecia. Alopecia it's a wonderful tool. However, you want to know. And then if they're diabetic, you can do a diabetic. They will take longer to heal. You have to make sure they tell you, so you are even extra careful. I always overdo on sanitizing and being careful. I have a video where I'm setting up and where I'm telling you about sanitization. This is crucial in any kind of permanent makeup or paramedical tattooing. Then if they have any autoimmune disorders, that can sometimes be an indication not to do it, because once again, you have to be extra careful, and secondly, their body sometimes rejects the pigment. Okay, then hepatitis and jaundice. HIV, you need to know that. If they have HIV, they are going to have an awful time to heal. Don't do them. It's for their protection and your protection. Hepatitis, not so bad, you can do them. You know, that would be, sometimes that would be okay. Kidney disease, you need to know if they have any kidney disease. Blisters on the lips. The reason you can't do them when their lips are blistered, they need to go and they need to take Voltrex, it's called in America. Well, they need, or a Breva over the counter, and they need to take it 2 to 3 days before treatment. I require more than that, and I've actually made a video about that. Then chest pains. That can be an indication of anything bad about to happen. Glaucoma, you need to know about that. Epilepsy. Now, I have done people who have epilepsy, and that's not an issue, as long as you know, so you know what to expect. You get grand mal and grand petit. Grand mal is when they actually get an attack and they can go into an attack. Grand petit is when they just freeze. So I did a lady who get grand petit. So them you can do, it's actually okay, because they just go into when they're stressful in a frozen state, and that's okay. It doesn't affect the brows. It doesn't affect the lips, you know. Stroke. If someone had a stroke before, you want to know, you just want to know when anything happens. Ocular herpes and cancer. Any type of cancer. You cannot do anyone who had cancer in the last 4 months. They must be out of treatment. They must no longer receive radiology or chemotherapy. I require at least 6 months to a year. I do not do any mastectomy survivors before then. Okay, if someone is pregnant or nursing, you cannot do that. There's no good resource studies on what the effect is of pigment on pregnant or nursing people. Now, my guess is it's okay, because if you use a good medical grade pigment, our pigment are usually made from things such as roots from plants. I mean, it's organic, many. Those that's a fusion is a mix of organic as well as pigment made in a laboratory. And then you do get ones that's only created in a laboratory. The thing is, we need studies. Any anti-inflammatory medications, steroids. So if someone needs to take medication before they go to a dentist, they need to take that same medication before they come to you, because those people are very sensitive. You're gonna have the hardest time doing them. You're gonna keep putting numbing on them. Their skin is going to harden. So remember that. Are they allergic to metals? The reason we ask that is because the actual cartridge where your needles are, the needle is made of a metal. So most people is not really allergic to that. You have to know if they wear contact lenses. They can keep them in while you work on the brows and the lips. When you work on the eyeliner, they need to take it out, and they need to not wear any contacts after eyeliner for at least 2 weeks. it will remove their eyeliner. You can always, I always ask if they have had tattoos. If they have tattoos and it was okay, then it's okay. Be careful though. I had a young lady of 23 and she had tattoos and she was still very sensitive. So she told me, no, it's okay, this and that. Sometimes there's certain areas people are more sensitive. I find when I do brows, it's either the tail or here by where the actual brow arch is, or it's here in the front. You will also find that some people want to sneeze. When you do, they want to sneeze. You stimulate, you know, it vibrates. It's too funny. However, my most important thing, do not do someone with trichotillomania. Someone who's diabetic needs to know it's going to be a long haul to heal. And do not do someone with cancer. I treat many mastectomy survivors. I always wait a year. Not all money is good money. And you want to be safe. You want to keep your person safe. Everybody, there is like maybe 2 or 3% of people in the world who didn't have a cold sore. So when you ask about cold sores, don't call it herpes. People get offended. Just say, have you ever had a cold sore? Most people get it. It's rare. I'm a rare case where I've never had a cold sore. My mom, she gets it all the time. She gets it just walking out in the sun. You get people like that. So just be very careful what you do. Always be polite, always be kind, and always listen to your client. Well, I wish you a wonderful day, and please comment down below if there are any subject to do with paramedical tattooing, permanent makeup, cosmetic tattooing, or scalp pigmentation you would like me to cover. I would love that we learn together. If you know something that I did not mention that you want me to say, please mention it down below. Thank you very much for your time, and you all have a wonderful day.